Marriage proposal is a blessing and not a curse. Sisters, beware. One of the challenges apparently facing many bachelors is the difficulties in hunting for the fairest lady among women with good character, whose leg is anointed with godly steps and hands filled with divine project for encouragement. A virtuous woman of spiritual understanding, elegant in beauty and sparkly in caring, spontaneously in submission and treasonable in wisdom. A woman, who will strengthen their spiritual intimacy with God, enforce them to pursue godliness and ready to sell her last wrapper, cloth, in order to anchor their dream and vision into manifest. Yes, she is the golden treasure of every man's heart, the ripe tomatoes of every man's eyes and the spicy flavor of man's belly. It's so saddened that honorable bachelors are presently faced with a serious trouble in sorting out this precious jewel, and also terrified if their marriage proposal would be approved or annulled. In most cases, the cost of ultimate hunt for this precious jewel is like climbing Mount Everest, and the course of trying to make friend with her is like swimming across the Red Sea. However, when this honorable bachelor eventually earn a spot in her heart and keep pressing forth by presenting himself in handsomeness, good haircut, nice shirt, sparkly shoe, perfectly ironed trouser, and with an upgraded English grammar, and some little cash to splash around in order to attract and impress the gorgeous lily before winning her love. It's like trekking through Sahara Desert in barefoot under a severe hunger strike. And after accomplishing this tedious task by dominating about 50% of her heart with supportive prayers and godly confirmation from God, and later tender his marriage proposal, the degree of suspense whether the marriage proposal will be approved or annulled might propel high blood pressure, and even gives the brother a sleepless night because the price of the damsel is far above rubies. Marriage proposal is a blessing and not a curse. The rate which some sisters often use to reject marriage proposal has kept me wondering. After all the efforts been portrayed by an honorable brother, with glorious expectation to receive a positive answer, but unfortunately at this moment the round table answers always goes thus: please, I am still praying over it. Whenever I perceive any confirmation from God, I will inform you. Moreover, for the past 3 to 6 months yet she has not beheld any sign from the Lord. And I begin to wonder, when God had become so wicked, deaf, dumb, and blind that he can't hear and hearken unto a righteous plead. Though I am not much bothered, because most sisters who often pull this selfish and detestable attitude are likewise sighting a strange brother afar, with fleet of cars, mansion, and investment. They always wish and pray that the strange man would tender his marriage proposal unto them, while neglecting to commit the activated marriage proposal tendered by the honorable brother in prayers. Nevertheless, if you are victim of these ugly scenarios as my beloved sister, you ought to understand that God's perfect will for you in marriage isn't a second-hand choice but rather perfect, and when you abuses or misses it, the ball is in your court. The Lord's perfect will husband might not perfectly suit the constitutional attributes of the man you desire. This is reason why it's called God's perfect will, because God's ways, thoughts, and programming are not same as yours. If you sincerely want to succumb under God's perfect will, you must give 100% of your attention unto that incoming marriage proposal, instead of citing a strange man whose heart is also luring after another damsel in the church. The worth of marriage. Marriage is not all about money, but rather upholding godly principles built on faith. When you marry a man of faith and vision, your life shall be surrendered by faithfulness and blessing, because money can flew, but the faith of man always speaketh for him. Wherever he goes, he is always favored, because faith is the bedrock of receiving from God. I plead you re-amend your constitutional law of the kind of man you want to marry. I often says, money shouldn't be your first priority while x-ray a man. But rather, you should pinpoint your mind on his vision and dreams, his caring attitude, understanding, humility, hard-working, spiritual life and respect he has for you. If you marry any man due to money, you will be caged. I mean, you shall be imprisoned in that marriage, because he might not have time to cuddle, strike a beautifying conversation, or share your emotional needs with you, because you are an emotional being. You need someone who could create time to always give you attention, listen and rub mind together, and someday his handsome face shall fade and smooth body diminished, but his caring heart will always flourish. And you shall be crowned the queen of his empire because you share his vision, dreams, and patiently struggle altogether to build such a magnificent empire. Lastly, please always consider any marriage proposal that comes along your way, and mostly from young pastors. Don't be scared of getting married to a pastor because it's a blessing. Always ensure you pray over it fervently and stop being selective, because God's perfect will husband might not likely befit your documented do and do's you are seeking in man.